Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Today we are going to be making pigment paste, because if you're like me and you've been researching pigment paste, it's expensive. It's really expensive. So, unless you want to go buy one jar for like 15 bucks, I said and did some research. So we can make pigment paste with Part A resin and mica powder. And I have these little 2-ounce jars that I got quite a while ago, back when I used to make lotions. And these are some of my extras that I have left over. And then we have all of these mica powders. And just move the jars out of the way. And I can pull all the mica powders forward. I have a ton more mica powders. I got a huge box of them a couple years ago. And I will link these mica powders in the description for you, so that you can pick them up as well. Yeah, I pulled out a lot of my favorites. We're going to make 6 different color pigment pastes. Now, typically the pigment paste ratio is 3:1, so 3 mica powder to 1 resin, and you only want to use the Part A. You do not want to use Part B. So just grab some mica powder and some Part A resin. Just gonna grab my scale real quick. To be fair, when I started, I used my scale, and then about halfway through, I just kind of went, okay. Because it's not really an accurate measurement. You just want to pour in some Part A, and then add your powders until it gets to the consistency and the color that you like. You do kind of want to make it a little thick, especially when you're doing the white, so you can use that on your blooms, which is what we're going to be working on in our next video. I'm going to see if it's possible to make blooms out of UV resin, just for curiosity's sake. So I'm going to put my gloves on. Even though we're only pouring the Part A epoxy into little jars, I'm going to go ahead and put gloves on just so I don't get any of it on my hands. The gloves didn't want to go on. There we go. So I have got my stirring sticks, which are just simple little popsicle sticks. And then I'm going to bring out my scale. So I started off trying to do it by weight, because I want to make sure that the jars have equal amounts of resin in them. So I put the jar on there, then zeroed it out, and then poured my resin. Sorry for the gloved arm in the way. I'm trying to get the last bit of resin out of these bottles. And remember, again, it's strictly Part A. So I'm going to speed this process up for you. Every shade has its own name. Petal pink and sunset flame. She's painting life inside a frame. All right, there's our last jar. Shut down the scale and set that aside. Bring over our resin jar. One, two, three, four. All right, all 6 jars. They all have equal amounts of Part A resin in them. I know it looks like there's something in the jars, but there's not. It's just a shadow. So we're going to start with our sparkling white. And I'm just going to scoop that into the jar with my popsicle stick. And I had a jerky movement, so I spilled it. That's when I decided, let me just move the rest of these out of the way so I don't get sparkling white all in them too. I'm going to add about 6 scoops of the sparkling white powder and stir that up. Then we're going to add some of our silver white powder. Add 2 scoops of that. I'm going to stir that in. I love how creamy that color looks. And it's a nice thickness too. So I'm going to close that lid. And we're going to grab our marker and put what it is on the lid. And since I couldn't fit the word pigment on the lid too, we just wrote white pea paste. Yes, a couple of friends of mine had a great laugh about that one, with some jokes that followed that I can't repeat on here. Close up our mica powders and we're going to begin on the next one. So I kind of wanted to see if I could do like a color shift effect. So I'm going to use the pearl green and the pearl red, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, so it didn't have the exact effect I wanted, so I'm going to add some of my green too, see if I can make like a minty tealish green color. Okay, so that didn't come out exactly like I wanted, but that is a gorgeous green. I really like that one. Close up our mica powder and place our next lid on, and we're going to write what this one is. Shimmer green pigment paste. And for our next jar, we are going to be using wine red with some super flash red bronze. Look at that color. Oh my goodness. I love that one. And there we go. That's number 3. For the next one, we are using Primrose Purple. There we go, a very beautiful shiny purple blue. And then we're going to do that beautiful orange. And there we go, beautiful orange. And the last one we're going to do is pink. Now I couldn't find my regular pink, so we're going to use the Let's Resin Glow in the Dark Fuchsia. I don't have a lot left, so we're going to end up just using all that I've got left. So since I didn't like how thin that is, I'm going to add the extra pink that I've got. We're going to add that some to it. There we go. That's much better. And there we go. 6 new pigment pastes. So really it's just a few ounces of Part A resin and then the mica powder of your choice. And you can adjust how thick you want it by adding more mica powder. If you want it thinner, then add less mica powder. So we got our mold and we're going to test these out. So I'm just going to wipe down the mold with an alcohol wipe, making sure there's no dust, no debris. There we go. We've got our resin. We're going to pour a thin line. Well, not a line. We're going to pour our resin very thin. We don't want a really thick, full mold, so we're just going to do a thin layer. Yep, layer. That's the word I was looking for. Spray it with the alcohol ink to prevent bubbles and move on to the second one. Spritz that with the alcohol ink, the alcohol spray. Wow. So we're just going to take our dotting tool. You can get this in any nail kit or anything like that. And we're going to take our pink pigment paste and we're just going to drop drops in it. We're going to do the same with our purple as well, so I'm going to speed this part up for you. Wipe off our dotting tool, and then we're going to just drag the colors all the way around. There we go, and we'll just UV that. There we go. Those are cured. So now we're going to make up a small batch of black resin to go over the backs. And then since we have some left over, I'm going to fill these tiny little circle molds and then the oval mold as well. Give these a quick alcohol spritz to get rid of any bubbles, and we cure. I always give them a little tap test to make sure they're good and cured. And we're going to demold one of them and see how it looks. So I noticed that it left a little bit still in the mold. Not bad, but it did leave a little bit. So I'm just going to flip it over and I am going to cure the back of these. And while those are curing, I'm going to lay that one on top of the mold. And I'm going to dome it real quick. And we let these cure. Alright, and then we're going to check these. That one's good. Demold these little circles. They are cured on both sides. Now I need to dome these, but this wasn't sitting like I wanted to, so I grabbed a different mold in order to dome these. And we cure these. While those are curing, we're going to go ahead and file down the back of this earring. As you can see, I've already added a jump ring to it. Then we're going to add a second jump ring on it. There we go. That one has its 2 jump rings on. And these are finished curing, so now we're going to continue adding jump rings and attaching them together. There we go. Look at how pretty that turned out. I'm really impressed with this one. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing to the next one. And there we go. There is the second one. If you guys have stuck around this entire time, I really appreciate it. I'm so thankful for you hanging out and joining me with this. Thank you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We are on our way to 500 subscribers. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Y'all have a fantastic night. And if you try the pigment paste, let me know how it turns out.